Very good day to you. Welcome to another episode of the Candid Talk here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Evan Sokinyi. It's my pleasure to have you on board on this episode. I'm here with Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm seeing a lot of online uproar against what is actually happening with regards to the bills that were sent to bar the president, of course, on the eve of the passing of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. On that particular day, the president did his work as usual at the State House, and then we are now looking at some of these things that are happening here. The amendment that was done to the Cyber Crimes and Computer Misuse Act, and of course, I've seen a number of leaders in the country terming it very repressive and saying that, look, the government actually wants to gag anybody who would be speaking in a dissentful manner. Let's have it. What do you first of all make of how the government is actually handling all these things and dissent in recent past?
Let me not join the army of people who have not read the bill and they are saying things about the bill. I have not read the bill. So I don't want to say the bill is wrong or is right, it is curtailing freedoms, because I have not read it. I don't want to join people like those. I always want to speak from a position of knowledge when I'm informed. I haven't read the bills. I have a rough idea. But there are things I can say about it,
yes,
to answer your question. The way the government is going about it, even if the bill was the best thing that ever happened in the world, even if it has the most progressive, wonderful provisions, the way the government has handled it is wrong.
And why so? First,
the general public, including Manyora, is in darkness over a bill that is likely to be contentious, over a law that is likely to attract a lot of attention from the citizens. Government has failed because for something like this, especially the environment we are operating in, the political temperatures with a pending general election, the government has handled it very wrongly. So that I can say that the government has failed to inform the citizen about such an important bill. The second thing I can say, even without reading the bill, is that the timing of signing the bill could never have been worse. You know something is likely to be contentious.
Yes.
Then immediately after it is confirmed Raila is dead, and knowing who Raila is, and those who didn't know now have known. We used to tell him Raila was not a normal human being. They have seen what we used to tell them was right. The government, and in this particular case, President Ruto, knowing very well that President Raila's death has just come about. People are just getting to know it. He proceeds to sign the bill as if he was under any obligation to sign the bill. He says it is duty. That can't be duty.
And that is what he's saying. That
No.
it is normal.
No, the president should know better, and he knows better, so he's not saying the truth. The president is not telling Kenyans the truth. That's not something normal. This bill is contentious. You can already see. And Raila has died. How do you sign it? If you think it's a good bill, you have enough time. Is the president telling us the 14 days would have elapsed? In any case, if the days elapse, it becomes law automatically. If the president wants to change something, he must do it within 14 days. But if he does nothing, after, is it 14 days or something?
14 days, yeah.
14 days, it becomes law.
Okay.
So, where is the hurry? How can you sign a bill as contentious as that immediately after the death of Raila Odinga? That is, it's a no-brainer. So the president and his advisors must be told to do things in a better way. Honestly. But in terms of the provisions in the bill, I don't want to pretend I know. But I do know that I know two things.
Yes.
Which again I can talk without having read the bill. Or now is a law, the act. The first thing is there are things we need to be careful about. There are things we need to stop and prevent from happening. Okay? There are precautions nations take, governments take. After all, governments are normative. Governments are prescriptive. Governments, unfortunately, are there to say, do this, don't do this, unfortunately, in the interest of society. So there must be things which we must put laws in place to say, no, you cannot give this to our children. You cannot give pornography to our children. Okay? You cannot use the computer or the internet to spew hatred that can plunge the country into chaos. You see, that we can say. And that we need a law for. You cannot spoil our children's morals in your pursuit of money. And this happens in all countries. In fact, the big democracy, the big country, even this TikTok you enjoy, where it comes from, it can't be as free as it is here, just for about anybody to do anything and anybody can watch. You know where TikTok comes from, China itself. There are serious restrictions. So I know two things. One, we need to have restrictions, and we need to have a law governing certain restrictions, certain operations of the internet. Misuse. That is, I don't need to read the bill or the law to know that is necessary. So if the bill is attending to things like pornography, corruption of morals, religious extremism, that is done everywhere. So that's the first thing I know. Let me say the second one. The second, because I'm an old man, I'll forget. You are young. The second one that I know is that governments always want to take advantage of any small situation to take control. And therefore, I would not be surprised if there's something in that bill that gives government the power to control social media because they are uncomfortable. I had somebody saying, the excess is putting the president in a coffin. So long as you have not died, what does it matter to you? Yeah. If you put Manyora in a coffin and I have not died, I just laugh it off. And if I'm bad, I say, let it happen to you or your father. You can't arrest a boy because he has put somebody in a coffin. At the end of the day, you will die finally. So I am sure government will want to use that law. I haven't read it, but I will be surprised if there are no things, if there aren't things in that law, now it's law, that gives government the power to switch off something. Remember, it is switching off the internet that caused the mess in Nepal.
Yes.
Yeah. Sijui kama tunaelewana?
Tunaelewana vizuri.
The man in power then, is he in power now?
Not really.
Salitoroka. There were bad things happening. But what broke the proverbial camel's what? The straw that broke the camel's heart. The camel's back. What was it? Switching off the internet.
That led to all those demonstrations.
So I won't be surprised if government has sneaked something in that law to give it power to control. Because some boys can put you in a coffin. Weka mimi. So long as jakufa, ukiniweka kwa wewe ndio unakaa mjinga. You look stupid. Taking your president and putting him in a coffin. If he has it's immoral. It's repulsive. But we cannot jail you. And we shouldn't jail you. You just remain with your stupidity. We can call you out for being stupid. But ideally we ignore you. So I will not be surprised if there are things in that law that government will want to use to check on its critics in the media, in the digital space. I only advise government it's not necessary. These are your children. You have taken them to school. You have given them exposure. The world has given them exposure. They are experimental. They are creative. They are quick to criticize. They will want to hit at you, kukuchongoa. They will use mtandao. They will use AI. Let them be. Don't bother them about them. Mtu anakuweka kwa sanduku kama wewe umekufa. Kukuweka kwa sanduku wewe unakufa. So na si utakufa siku moja.
Definitely.
You will die. Everybody will die. Raila is dead.
Yes.
Some of us have not even believed Raila is dead. For me, I know he's not dead because he's a spirit. A spirit doesn't die. But for those who take Raila as a person, physical, they are yet to believe Raila has died. Lakini he has died, okay? So we will all die. If somebody puts you in a coffin, he should just remain with his stupidity. Yeah.
You see, Prof, we were asking because when I had Kimani Ichung'wah speak, and even the president and even the speaker of the National Assembly, they were talking of guarding the country and the children against these things that you've just mentioned.
Yeah, that's necessary.
Yes. But then, don't we then have the laws that have already been established to do that very work? And that is why some people would then agree with what you're saying here, that it seems that the government is trying to hide behind these particular issues to bring in bills that would then help them gag the population more.
Well, there are already laws that handle these things.
Yes.
But again, it may be necessary to have some of these things well refined because litigation has become very difficult. Prosecutors can hardly convict somebody on so you might need to refine the law to file the rough edges so that when you take a case to court, at least you can prosecute it. It's not very easy to prosecute hate speech and things like that. So if this law is meant to give the prosecutors some sufficient room to maneuver while prosecuting, it's okay. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. But like you say, and like many people fear, government will use this as a main thing, because everybody will agree with government. We must protect our children from pornography, from religious extremism and so on and so forth. Everybody will agree. But government can hide in this. So that's not the main thing. You use it for something else, which is to gag people, to have the power to close an establishment. That if that's the intention of government, we will call them out and tell them it's not necessary. But more importantly, you are wasting your time.
Well, why do you think President William Ruto has deliberately decided to ignore those very parts which are obviously contentious with the people here? He's just decided to focus on what he actually feels the public should be focusing on.
But you have your answer. You have already explained. You have already said he knows if he talks about that, everybody will agree with him.
Okay.
But while the intention is hidden, the tongue is used for, what's the biological function of the tongue? Ulimi.
Ulimi.
Yeah.
Kukula.
Kukula, turning the food. But people also use it for kissing. So Ruto is telling us the tongue is for eating. But we also know it can be used for kissing. Intimate kissing. Is that right? So he can have those obvious things that we will all agree with. But that is a mere shield. You want to dunga, so you are using the shield. Then you strike. And your intention is to have the law that will make you arrest people who put you in a coffin or close Nairobi Review because they have said something about Ruto. I only want to advise them it is not necessary. You will not stop these young people.
Actually,
there are so many spaces today. You have control of just a limited space. The vast space that is global, you perhaps have no control over it.
I was going through that particular bill and I realized that anonymity is also becoming criminal in this particular country. That even for you now to access some of these social media accounts, then the government would therefore require you to verify using your official legal names as provided by the government and of course in the national ID, and that is it. And what then would this kind of legislation, what impact would it actually
those
have?
Those are the things that
on
require...
the whistleblowers that we've had around.
Those are the things that require to be explored. Those are the things that call for public discourse. Okay? That is the meaning of public discourse. That's the only public participation I agree with. Not this other nonsensical so-called public I don't agree with those things people call public participation.
Yes.
It's a farce. You know, it's just circus. But this is a serious national discourse. You put it up there in the air. Let Kenyans discuss it. Let it feature in meetings, in media. Let the people discuss on TV, talk shows and everything, in the newspapers, in colleges and universities and other forums. And then let us say, oh, is this why German has this law? Is this why Australia was forced to enact a similar law? Is this why Nigeria is having a problem because they have failed to enact this law? You get it? So this is something you do after serious thought, after serious deliberation, after serious national discourse. We have a conversation because the people we want to protect are our own children. But we also have our freedoms to protect. Government given half a chance, not even a full chance. Given half a chance, governments will take away your freedom. Governments ataka hata wangoe meno yako waende nayo and blame you for it. So government all over the world given half a chance, will want to squeeze your freedom from you, which we must guard against. And that's why a law like this, or any other law, that has the potential to be an affront on the freedoms of the people of this country, we must discuss exhaustively. Anything that seems to crow on our freedoms, freedom of expression, that we must talk about critically. That we must have a national conversation. People must talk about it. Then finally we agree. Then we refine it. Because that law will be necessary. Wewe upende, mimi nispende, more serious countries have enacted these laws. They are not foolish. When you are on a website or any other site, internet, you see cookies, you see things. They want to protect people's privacy. Here we don't have. So we need these laws. We need to ask ourselves, how much access can you have on my personal information? So this is information we need to have. This is the conversation we need to have, because it is about freedoms. But government cannot rush in at night, enact such a serious laws and sign them within an hour or two of Raila's death. That is unacceptable.
So here we are seeing some sort of an ugly snake here with the talk of how the government is now, if at all that is the case. But then what people are saying outside here is they're talking about the suppression of the voices of the people, that the government is maybe trying to gag the people around. If you look at the kind of space that we are operating in currently, this era, this generation, we've even seen what has happened elsewhere. Do you think that it would be kind of easier for the government to actually go ahead and manage doing some of these things that it's actually trying to do, in terms of ensuring that they contain and define what people can say and what people cannot say, and at what time and what can be posted or not?
It's too late. They would have done that 10, 15 years ago. Today you can't. It's an exercise in futility. You'll be wasting your time. Concentrate on more important things. Concentrate on things over which you have control. You cannot have control over the expression by these young people. If you let me tell government, because sometimes I wonder, do these people around government ever think? If you try to contain these young people, it's like pressure, a pressure cooker. They will find expression. We rather leave these young boys and girls concentrate on those things of theirs on social media, even if it includes putting us in coffins. Let them do that. Because if we gag them, if we stop them and the pressure is there, the pressure to want to express, they can close these banks. One morning you wake up on Monday and they have jammed all the banks. Yeah. You go to your account, you have 1 billion. When you should be having 20,000 shillings, you have 1 billion shillings. These boys are capable of doing that. So let them be there. Because if they direct their energy in sabotage, and I'm telling government and NIS, I'm sure whenever I talk, these guys listen to me. I'm talking directly to government and NIS in particular. This creativity young people have, don't try to put it in a bottle. Let them do it in that space. Where we need to manage a bit of it, we shall manage. Where the loss of the land, if you feel defamed, the laws allow you to take someone to court for defamation. That will continue. Okay? But let's not try to suppress them. Because, and I'm going back to government and NIS, if they direct that resourcefulness of theirs, and the energy and the creativity they have in the digital space to sabotage, you'll wake up one day, this is not a country. They can sabotage the country. They can sabotage the government payroll, for example. And it takes you 2 weeks to pay people salaries, or a month. They can cause a lot of uncomfort to the government. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert in ICT, but I understand the potential and the dangers. I understand more than these guys. The energy People are now saying there is an army in the world you can't stop. There isn't an army that can face this particular army. Not even the US and Chinese army, American military, Chinese military, American military, Russian military, combined, they can't beat this new army. And what is that army? The youth. It's an army you can't beat. That's not an army you can beat. These young people, you will not manage them. You can't beat them if you want to go head on with them. You will not manage them. But because most of them are educated and knowledgeable, they understand they have limits. They understand we have nations. They understand we have countries. They know this is their country more than is Manyora's country. They know this country is about their future. So there's no way they can destroy this country. You get it? But if you want to show them that they have no power and you can manage them, it's the way who will show. It's the way who will show you. They can enter into sabotage. I would rather they remain in those spaces. You know those spaces? They put us in coffins. Let them do it. Yeah, we can handle that. But if they direct this energy into sabotage, we will pay for it.
Well, that is it from Professor Herman Manyora here. The government has to think and rethink on the best way of managing decent, or does it even have to be managed anyway? Ladies and gentlemen, talk to us and tell us what you actually think. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this family. If at all you are watching us for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel here. Allow me to stop for now till we have this conversation again. My name is Evans Okinyi.